CBS 46 News presents Public Affairs on Peach.
Good Saturday morning, everybody. I'm Bobby Capel. Welcome to Public Affairs on Peach. This morning we are joined by Sergeant Joanne Sutherland from the Clayton County Police Department. And Sergeant Sutherland is here because she has spent many, many years working in the child predator units as well, and now she's in community relations in addition. So let's start, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Let's start with some of the work you guys are doing in that area.
The police department, the Clayton County Police Department, actually collaborates with GBI, the FBI, Homeland Security. So we have partners in state and local and federal levels where we do undercover operations often. We seek those who seek to exploit our children online. We go physically undercover to find those who seek to exploit our children at the hotels using social media sites or online.
What are some of the red flags for people outside law enforcement that maybe want to know if something like that is going on, they can see it and make a call to police?
History of runaway is a big red flag. The children that are in high school or middle school that are getting gifts from unknown persons, more than one cell phone, maybe some violence that they're coming home or that their friends are seeing. The biggest red flags is not being at home, not being around family support, and having nobody that's really looking out for them is our biggest problem.
And so what do you do in that case if someone is exhibiting those signs?
What I would recommend is that, one, you contact the police department. Number two, you could contact DFACS. We all work together. Juvenile court is another avenue, but all of us are connected through our MDT, which is a multi-discipline team. So what the police department knows, the juvenile court knows, and we all work together. So if you report something suspicious, don't be alarmed, even if it doesn't turn out to be true. You may be the only person who actually reports it to save this child.
Now, a lot of these crimes, as I understand it, happen at hotels and businesses, so there are things that folks who work there can do as well, am I right?
Absolutely.
Tell me about those.
The hotels are a target right now, and if you see a lot of young people, if you see a young female or male, because the boys are exploited as well, they're walking around, they are pulling up to or walking up to vehicles, pulling up to them. They have traffic in and out. That's a red flag. There's no 15-year-old girl that should be at a hotel by herself. There's no strange cars that should be coming in and out multiple times a day. But it is a community issue. We have to work together. They're the eyes for the police department, and if they don't report it, we're not going to know to come investigate it.
And so what kind of work do you guys do? Undercover, all of that? Take me a little further into detail there.
We actually do training, monthly training seminars. Just recently we had 2 seminars, one in the weekday, one on the weekend for citizens. We obviously work with the GBI and the FBI. We have a task force officer that is assigned to Homeland Security to do nothing but human trafficking. The GBI actually provides training to the police department for officers to go undercover, learn how to do it, learn how to preserve the evidence for successful cases. And the FBI, if we have a juvenile that we're concerned about and we're not sure where to go, or maybe it's too extensive for our local agency, they're just a phone call away. So we partner really well with them. You
mentioned the classes you have for ordinary citizens. Take us through those courses, and folks from the public can sign up for that, am I right?
That's correct. We have members of the police department that go talk to citizens, any youth group that calls us. We talk to them about bullying online. We talk to them about sexting, the dangers of being online, the importance of parenting your children, looking, snooping. We want you to do that. But most recent, we had the human trafficking class specific to adults and child sex trafficking.
So how do you snoop on your kids without them finding out or getting angry about it?
It's okay to be angry.
Yeah.
Check their phone, check their computers, randomly do that.
What are you checking for specifically?
People you don't know, people that are not in their phone, people that are nicknames. Get into the text messages, read them. If they're inappropriate, we need to know that. One of the biggest problems we have right now are teenagers sending bad pictures of themselves and receiving bad pictures. But if you're the parent, it's your job to protect your child, even on the phone and the computer.
Where do people sign up for the course you guys are putting out?
We post the flyers whenever we have a class, and all you have to do is call the Clayton County Police Department. You can call us directly, and then we can direct you to the specific dates that we have scheduled.
And this is not just a problem for girls, is that's it's also a problem for young boys.
It is.
And take us through that, because I don't think that gets talked about a whole lot.
I think it's very, it is less than the females, but it is a thing that we're talking about now, that we are seeing a rise in the numbers. And the problem that we have is there's less training specific to boys, there's less focus on the boys, and sometimes when you talk to your citizens in the community, it doesn't seem as prevalent for them to be concerned because it's a boy than it was a girl. So we're trying to put it out there that boys are victims too. Boys
Are there
need our
different
help.
signs that they would exhibit from
The
a girl?
same,
Okay.
the same.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning and getting that important information out there to the public. So if you see something like this happening, get in touch with law enforcement. And she has given you permission to snoop on your children.
Yes.
Okay. When Public Affairs on Peach returns, a victory for the voiceless. We'll be right back.